everybody. Welcome to Tarot with Tina B. I am Tina B, and today I'm going to be reading your relationship karma with this other individual. So, let me explain what karma means in the context of this reading. Karma just simply means an unfulfilled soul contract from a previous lifetime that your soul is trying to fulfill in this lifetime. Sounds confusing, but let's break this down. Let's say you and I were meant to be married in our previous lifetime together, but for some reason it just didn't happen. So in this lifetime, our higher selves are trying to press us together in order to fulfill that marriage contract that just didn't happen last lifetime. And maybe we get together and we fulfill that karmic contract, and now we find we have nothing in common because we really didn't want to be married in this lifetime. It was simply sort of a duty to fulfill from our last lifetime. So we get divorced because, well, we have nothing in common and that contract has been fulfilled. Or another scenario that could happen would be that we fulfill that karma and our higher selves sign a new contract that we do fall madly, deeply in love, and we find that we do have a lot of things in common. So just because you complete your karma with somebody does not automatically mean that you lose them. And it's oftentimes the case that you reconcile with that other individual and sign a new contract with their higher selves. So that is just kind of a general example. This could show up in all sorts of different ways. Teachers and students, friendships, all sorts of relationships can become a karmic relationship again if for some reason we have an unfulfilled contract with their soul and their higher self. So today we're going to be breaking down your karma in this relationship. And guys, there are ways to complete karma with other individuals, and you don't have to play out the actions. But this does involve some psychic healing work. If that's something you're interested in, please visit my website, which is down below, energetichealingwithtinaB.com, and we can look further at your karma and see if there's a way to complete that karma and that cycle so you don't necessarily have to play out those actions. Go ahead and select a little heart icon beneath me. The pile number 1 will be on the left, middle will be pile number 2, and on the right then, I have to think about it, is going to be pile number 3. So take extra time if you need it, and we will see you in your pile. Hello, pile 1. So if you chose this little heart over here, then this is your karmic relationship reading. Okay, so I'm seeing some karma here that has to do with guardianship. That is the first energy that I'm being told, guardianship in a past life. So let's see more details with the oracle cards. And I'm going to pull some tarot, but let's see what we have first. So we have dreams, transformation. We have the energy of the bard, music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling with the number 7. And then we have another 7 here, well, 27, so that would be 9, but there's a 7 in there. Physical health, grounding, and foundations. Okay, so again, let me just take a moment to tune in. Are you going to stay? Okay, tune into these cards and the message that they have for you between the karma between the two of you in this relationship. So again, I'm hearing the word guardianship, and I think for some of you, this could be, okay, so for some of you, it's definitely like in the past life, it was a mother or a father and a child situation, and they were improperly able to provide for you. They were not able to safeguard you as a child. There was a big disconnect for you guys. So in this lifetime, that could be something like one individual is overprotective of another, and it doesn't have to be a parent-child situation. It could even be a partnership where one is either codependent or again just overly protective of the other person. They want to give you, there's a lot of earth energy, so they would want to give you a lot of that protection, the physicality stuff. They want to be able to provide for you, but it's going towards excess, and it's going, into more of the smothering sort of feeling. Um, and with the dreams and transformation, it's almost like the other individual is holding on to you so tightly that it prevents you from taking the actions in your life that you would like to take. So let's get some tarot cards to help clarify. We have the Two of Cups, which is, that's a very lovely energy. And we have the Sun, another very lovely energy. What else do we have here? What is the karma between two individuals in this relationship? Okay, and we have the Page of Cups. So we have a lot of emotional energy as well. I think once this contract is fulfilled, meaning that you two have gotten together, the other individual feels like they can provide for you, and you feel like you can flourish with them, you guys are actually going to do great. This is a wonderful thing if the other individual can learn to let loose a little bit and to offer you containment without smothering you. So there's a difference between offering security, offering you stability, offering you financial help, even sometimes when you need it. And there's a whole other situation to hang that over your head. Well, I'm offering you the roof over your head, so you have to do XYZ for me as an exchange. That would not be a good thing. Really, what this person is here to help you with, and again, where it might be getting a little twisted, is to offer you the space for you to transform and offer you the space to achieve your dreams. And that's what was meant to happen in that first lifetime. That one individual, the parent, would be offering guardianship, would be offering a safe space for the other individual to reach their potential. And maybe this had something to do with, music potential. This had something to do with poetry, a very creative type individual. But again, they were, for whatever reason, unable to offer that in that lifetime. So then the child was unable to achieve their big dream or goal in life. And that just got kind of cast off to the wayside. So in this lifetime, the karma between you and this other individual would be, let's say you were an artist. You don't have to be, but let's say you were an artist. But in order to quit your 9-to-5 job, to really put in the effort to creating art, you do need somebody to financially support you. And so maybe that shows up as a relationship where one partner is able to offer the financial support. It could be showing up in a sort of like a Kickstarter companion, or someone who is able to endorse you. So it does not have to be a romantic relationship, but they are endorsing you. But again, the thing here is to not allow the other person to pigeonhole your talents, and to say you can have that dream as long as it also, fits my criteria of what I think it should be. So there is a little risk here of codependency, and again, putting conditions on your creations. But really, this other individual, or you may the individual who is offering containment for somebody else, or you may be the one who is ready to achieve their dreams and transform and just needs somebody to help them along their way. And you do have these big dreams with the dreams transformation and with the Page of Cups here, and you need to take action on this lifetime. This is part of your karma. This is something you didn't get to do, or again, your partner didn't get to do in their lifetime, and now is the time. Now is the time to change the history of that situation with the bard and to transform and to grow and to achieve. There is this moment, there's this enlightened feeling with the sun card here that it is time for this individual or for you to be successful, and you finding the perfect partner with the Two of Cups to help you get there. So there is this person out there, or again in this relationship, that you are either you're the guardian for somebody, or you are the backer for somebody, or you are the person on the receiving end for somebody to help you fulfill your dreams. That's lovely. Let's see if there's let me pull another oracle card here, to see if there's any other information about this karmic relationship. There's a lot of creative energy, again, in this relationship, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but somebody else sees the creative potential of the project and they want to, again, back that. And the other individual is meant to dream, is meant to, again, just have that sort of artistic license and to move forward with it. Let's see, what else do we need to know about this karmic relationship? Giving and receiving is what it comes down to. One individual is meant to give in this relationship, and the other individual is meant to receive. And that doesn't mean it doesn't go back and forth, but largely one soul wants to learn the lesson of giving, and the other soul wants to learn the lesson of receiving. Pile one, what do we need to know? Mountain and strength. And then, okay, Five of Swords. What is the Five of Swords about? Where is all this swords energy coming from? With the Eight of Swords. Okay, let me just tune into what's happening with the strength, the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So, okay, what I'm seeing here is cutting through some of these, again, contracts and relationships that are preventing you from achieving your goals. And one individual on this end really feels like they can't do it because they are meant to be the receiver on their own, and they can't do it without the approval of others. And that creates a little bit of an inner conflict, and that's okay. If you wanted to do it on your own, you could. It doesn't have to rely on this karmic partnership. It could make it easier for you, but if you are that person who is the creative and you're like, I can't handle somebody else potentially putting their 2 cents into my creative work, you have the strength to find a different financial backer, or to create beautiful music with somebody else. So that is out there for you. Don't let the idea that, there's only one individual that would be able to help you with this, or that you couldn't, in fact, do it on your own. You do have the strength to do that. So just know that that's there for you if you desire it. Let's see if there's any other messages that are coming through for this karmic relationship. But I feel like we hit it on the head pretty well. But again, there's a giver, there's a receiver. There are two people coming together to fulfill this contract. And just make sure that it's in a healthy way. If it's going towards that unhealthy of stifling, holding on too tightly, then you can exercise the option to do it alone. You don't have to be beholden to anyone in that situation. Okay, let me tune into any other things. I think whatever this opportunity is, if you are sort of the creative on this aspect, or you're the one achieving your big dreams in life, that you're going to be traveling as a result. Like, it would take you to different venues, like maybe you'd be a public speaker, different venues, or you'd be taking your art on the road to go to different fairs and different venues that would place your art. If you're a musician, you'd be going to different venues because I keep seeing a car and sort of moving around. But it does feel like there is another individual with you again. Maybe your soul updates this contract and you two have just a lot of fun traveling, because I'm looking from the driver's side to the passenger and I'm seeing somebody smiling. So that's really great. Um, I'm hearing the continuation of contracts for most of you in a positive light. But again, if there could be a few of you that the contract just needs to be canceled and your souls need to just sort of go your own way. All right, that's what I have for you, pile one. If you liked it, please let me know. Put that in the comments, and we will see you in the next. Okay, hello, pile two, and welcome to your karmic reading with another individual. What is the karma between you? I'm seeing there's like a lot of fire energy, a lot of passionate energy, but let's see what do the cards have to say? So we have the dragon, power, strength. There's that fire energy, right? Ooh, and we have strength again. So we have two cards with the word strength on them. Very interesting. I'm going to pull another oracle card and a few more tarot cards. What is this energy? Ceremony, invocation. I'm hearing words like better together. It's like a power couple sort of energy. But please tell me about the karma, or what was unfulfilled in that lifetime. Okay, so what I'm feeling is that you and another individual were meant to come together in this past lifetime. And I think you guys met each other like briefly. You were with each other briefly. You felt that connection, you felt that power, and for some reason you were separated, and then you really felt like you had lost a big part of you, because again, this was a contract that you were wanting to be fulfilled in that life. You were wanting that power couple energy. You were wanting to feel that fire, that passion, that strength, that again, it feels like you can move mountains with this other person, and then it got ripped away from you, and then forevermore you were just kind of like, well, what happened? Where is this person? What is going on? So in this lifetime, the karma is to come together and to reconcile that, to get back part of that energy. And for some of you, I'm feeling that it's coming back, yes, in partner, like a romantic partnership, but it could come in a business partnership as well. Or even like you two, again, power couple, like you fell in love and now you're creating a business together, and now you're also business partners. So what else do we have for the the Four of Pentacles? Yeah. Okay. What else do we have? You two are meant to like bust through karma with each other left and right, because part of that lifetime too was to have plenty. And when you were ripped away from each other, it began a cycle of lack as well. So not only are you coming together and finding power and strength through each other, but you're moving through lack. Yeah. Two of Pentacles. It's money, it's abundance. Two of Pentacles. All this pentacle energy here. I'm hearing I no longer want to struggle. I no longer have to struggle. I no longer have to feel like I'm juggling two things at once. I want there to be a clear-cut path to strength, security. Yeah, wow. Okay. Three of Cups. Lovely energy. Lovely, lovely energy. Okay, so yeah, it feels like you and either this other individual, for some of you, there might even be, I'm hearing, yes, a third individual in this with the Three of Cups. Like there's multiple partnerships happening. Maybe you are more of in like a poly relationship, but you don't have to be. And you're all finding each other for the strength. Or again, you are business partners with maybe two other people. But again, and it doesn't have to be. For some of you, it's definitely individualistic basis, but for some of you, there is like a grouping of three. But for others, it's just that feeling of celebrate. Like when you get with this person, it's a feeling of celebration with them, which is really, 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 really nice. Let's see. Let me pull more cards. What is happening with this karmic relationship? We have dreams, lovely creation, yeah, being able to create. But I'm getting the feeling right now that there is still, although you found this person, there might still be a little feeling of residual lack. And that's because you're both learning how to execute your own power. You're moving from this Four of Pentacle cards into the Ace of Pentacles. You're moving towards your power. Power is here twice. Strength is here twice. You guys are learning your power as creators on this lifetime together. And with ceremony and invocation, this is you tapping into spirit and saying, I'm ready to manifest with this person. It's like you are both learning to get over lack. You're both learning to get strength, to get power. I'm hearing it's a pretty much a do-over of that lifetime into this lifetime, because so many additional contracts were unfulfilled as a result of you being separated. So it's like, again, you and this person met and you were separated. It's kind of feeling like that Romeo and Juliet sort of feeling, like they weren't meant to be together, but they found each other, and then they get ripped apart in these like crazy circumstances. And as a result of that, they couldn't lead that life of finding their personal power. They couldn't. I literally think you guys were like kings and queens and princes and princesses, or like high level people in that lifetime. And as a result of being separated, something was also stolen. I'm getting tingles and chingles. Is that a word? That isn't a word. Tingles and all over the goosebumps all over my body. Tingles and chingles, I guess. That you guys, again, you were meant to have power, strength, to almost rule with this other individual, and to, you guys you would have been put in charge of a lot, but that was, again, taken away for some reason. And in this lifetime, you are meant to overcome. And it can feel like a struggle sometimes because you're both learning your individual power and strength and how it interacts with another. So sometimes that becomes combustible. So you have to learn really great communication with this other individual, because you both are learning your own power at the same time. You both are realizing dreams and fulfilling contracts after contracts after contracts that were meant that they're like overdue. Clear communication with this other individual is going to be really important. You both are learning that as this is a page, and saying like, this is what I want. How do you feel about it? How do we achieve it? And then just going out and smashing the goals. Queen of Pentacles, yep, having that energy of enough for you, your family, and your legacy. But it becomes combustible when either, you're still both learning so much about your own personal power. So sometimes there is friction. Sometimes you still experience the residual energies of lack. That's okay. You guys will get over it together as long as you continue to be open and honest. I'm feeling there's a lot of, if this is a romantic partnership, there is a lot of passion. There is a lot of creative energy happening. There's a lot of sparks flying everywhere. And if this is more of the business partnership, you guys are just getting on like fire, in a good way, and it does not necessarily have to be romantic. Queen of Swords, you both are looking to the future for your ultimate transformation. On the bottom of the deck, we do have the Lovers card, so that is really nice. And you guys, although once you meet each other, I feel like this will be a renewed contract. You're not just going to weirdly split up. You guys are meant to fulfill more than one karmic contract in this life with each other, because, again, as a result of you being separated in the past life, so much shifted and changed, and your soul was unable to fulfill many contracts that you were meant to, and you're going to be doing it now. Let's see. Is there any last little message that we have here? Um, this is really deep. I mean, this might even go into like your ancestral line, because I'm hearing the continuation of lineage and the continuation of generation. Um, so again, this not only has to do with karmic cycles, but this has to do with generational cycles. And I think you guys are creating generational gifts for any children, if that's something you want. Again, it doesn't have to be, but I feel like you're going to be able to pass down knowledge to others regardless, whether that be through children or through things like books. Maybe you guys write a book together and that's how you pass down your information. But it's like this, you two are at the top of the triangle, and then you're spreading out all this information, this strength, this wealth all over. And it's really as a result of you guys just, again, coming together. All right, that's what I have for you. If you like this, let me know, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next. All right, hey, pile 3, let's look at this karmic relationship and what we have here. Okay, so we have lighten your load. We have birth and rebirth and restriction. Very interesting. Oop, oop, oop. Let's move that up. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. This feels a little bit more heavy than the first two piles. It feels more like heavy lessons in this karmic relationship than the other ones. And it feels like you are restricted as a result of this karmic relationship. It feels like again, with lighten your load, like there's just too much on your shoulders, like you can't move forward in your true desires due to being in this karmic entanglement. This is tough energy. Feeling restricted from your finances, feeling restricted from being the best version of you. But why is this happening? What is going on with this karmic connection that we have? Page of Wands, what is happening? Why is it this way? Five of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. We'll put her over here. Give me one more clarifier for the Five of Wands with the Five of Swords. I'm hearing there could be some just like not seeing eye to eye with this person, some arguments. It almost feels like a loss of potential. Okay, let me just tap in a little bit more, slow down with these cards, and tune into what is really happening with this karmic relationship. Why is there so much conflict? Why is there so much restriction? Why is there so much heaviness? Again, this is one of those contracts that we're like, feels like you're almost shackled to this person. It feels like you're really stuck and stagnant, like you nor the other party is able to move forward because of this karma, because of this unfulfilled cycle. So you guys would be the people that would benefit most of again, finding a way to clear the karma between you two so you don't have to continue to play out this contract. I think you guys would definitely fall into that energy of you were meant to marry somebody, you were meant to be long-term partners with somebody in a past life, but in this life it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel good. You guys are like not really, seeing again eye to eye. There's conflict. One wants to move this direction, the other one wants to move that direction, and it's leading to like an unstable sort of place, and you're feeling restricted around home, around finances especially. The Tower. this is, yeah, this past life that you guys had together or didn't have together, it, there's two scenarios here happening. One, again, was that one that I was speaking of, that you guys were just meant to be together in a past life. So your higher self tried to like thrust it upon you into this life, and it's not working. It just doesn't feel right. There's arguments. You're not seeing eye to eye. One person has more creative passion than the other. One person wants to uplift the life, and the other one just wants to stay the same. And in these other, oh gosh, okay, now we're really getting into it. Wow. In another past life, wow, guys, oof, this is hard for me to even say. It was a situation where one individual was meant to imprison another. And I know you've evolved as a soul since then, and you would never do that in this day and age. Um, but one person was meant to almost imprison another, like a jailer and a prisoner sort of energy. And in this lifetime, since you weren't going to be a jailer, like, you know, you just aren't a jailer in this lifetime. That was not meant for you. It became a relationship, and it was meant to feel shackling. It is meant to feel like one person is the jailer and one person is the stuck, right? I can't seem to get out from under my own partner. This marriage feels like a jail cell. This partnership feels like a jail cell. This partnership is just off. It feels bad because there's restriction. So once you're through this karmic cycle and you do choose to leave, there's always you can always exercise the option to leave this partnership. There's going to be a rebirth of energy. You are going to be able to get that Nine of Pentacles, that Queen of Pentacles. You are going to be able to loosen the load, lighten your restriction if you decide to take action on releasing this karmic partnership. And so that is why it feels so restrictive, because again, either one, you guys were meant to be married and you just weren't, or the heavy one, which is, I think, most of you. Sometimes it takes me a while to tap into heavy stuff because I don't want to look at it. Like it's but I have to be neutral, right? In this, where one was a jailer and one was a sort of prisoner, and that didn't happen. The prisoner was escaping in that lifetime. They went out from underneath the jailer. You did not end up shackling, or you did not end up shackling this person down. And that's why in this lifetime, your souls kind of wanted to play that out in a different way. But again, it's not working in this lifetime. And you both have the right to exercise the option to release one another from the constrictions and both move into a new paradigm. You can do that. You can overcome that. You can overcome that, especially with the new moon and promise here. You can move past the energy of restriction and into a new beginning. I'm hearing for most of you it's not really possible with this person. Like once you're through a divorce, or once you're through leaving the relationship, your higher self is not interested in renewing the contract with this other individual, and you're going to be able to just celebrate the new phase. I'm hearing there is another individual out there for you with the promise card, one where it will feel good and it won't feel like a jail cell. It'll feel like a celebration. It'll feel like you found really good people in your life. We have the Three of Pentacles here. You'll be able to create your life with somebody. It doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to be stuck with this. Three of Cups. Yes, again, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. There are people out there. You're just going to feel so good that you want to celebrate. You're going to move on from this, and it's going to be great. And you both can just leave this karmic cycle behind you. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. Let's put it this way, moving on from the Three of Swords and saying, yep, I'm ready for that celebration. I'm ready for that new person. Bring it on. But you have to cut the ties. You have to take this sword and just cut the ties with this person, this individual, clear the karma between you guys so you can move forward, because there is somebody or something waiting on the horizon. And again, you're going to feel like you found that community, you found that person. You're going to want to celebrate, you're going to want to dance, you're going to be joyous, you're going to be ecstatic. It's going to feel so good and so refreshing after that deep karmic relationship. Yeah. 10 of Wands. Feeling burdened, feeling overwhelmed in this relationship. You feeling like you're putting in most of the work and not receiving much out. But the good news is we have Judgment and we have the World card here. It is time to reconcile this, close that karmic chapter, and move forward into the next. Give me a card for what's happening next, please, because I don't want to dwindle on, I don't want to keep going on this past karmic relationship. What happens when we choose to release this relationship? What happens when we choose to close the karma? The Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. The stability that you've been seeking. Just readjusting back here. The stability that you've been seeking. The new beginning that you've been desiring. All happening for you. Sorry, still just readjusting a little bit. Okay. The position I was in, my feet were falling asleep, and I was like, oh, that doesn't feel good. All right, so what can we expect when we release this karmic? I'm hearing it's playing into a bit of your finances as well, and that can be why some of you are feeling so restricted, because the financial situation is restricted here too. But the Knight of Cups, someone is coming in with that offer of, I got this. I got you. We can make and build an amazing life with the 10 of Pentacles. Your King of Swords is coming to meet the Queen of Swords, right? Where did she go? So we have this beautiful pairing here waiting to come forward once you release that karmic energy. So that's it, guys. That was kind of a sticky one. That was a bit, like I said, of a heavier one, where you guys were meant to be together in a past lifetime. You weren't, so you are now, but your souls are going in two different directions. Or again, you were meant to shackle another person down in a lifetime. You guys, like I said, don't get stuck on that, because all souls have done all things that we are not proud of in today's worldview. Life was different back then. Or again, maybe, who knows? Maybe it was justified. Maybe the person being in prison was meant to be there, but for some reason your soul either wanted to be a jailer or a prisoner in that lifetime, and that went unfulfilled, and now it's showing up in a way that is uncomfortable for both of you. And one person is really shackling down and restricting the other. Finances are also feeling restricted here, but if you choose to complete that karma and move on, there's something really good on the horizon. That's what I have for you. I hope this helped, and we will see you in the next.